Hi, Adam from GodIsAGeek.com here to talk to you about the Batgirl Arkham Knight DLC. Now, I have to say, first of all, that I absolutely adored Arkham Knight. I gave it a 10 out of 10 on GodIsAGeek.com, and I really did like the Batgirl DLC, just because it really gives you a reason to continue playing a game that you either love or don't love, and if you don't love it, you're probably not going to grab the DLC. However, Batgirl plays pretty much the same as Batman. It's not really a palette swap skin type thing. I mean, there's a voice actress involved here, but it is pretty much. I mean, if you played any of the Batman games, you're going to feel instantly familiar. You do get to play as Robin a little bit, but only in the kind of tag team, the tagging stuff where you hit L1 and do takedowns. It's fine. The combat's still brilliant. That's just not going to change. The only thing I would say is that it's very, very short. I think I finished it in around about an hour, maybe a little bit over. There's a couple of reasons to go back. There's some chattering teeth, which is kind of a nice throwback to the Arkham Asylum game, but I guess this being taken place before Arkham Asylum, it's going to have that sort of thing. Yeah, there's a few collectibles you can go around. It is a new area. It's quite a small area. You don't really get to sort of flex Batgirl's, well, I was going to say wings, but it's the cloak, isn't it? The cape, rather. You don't really get to fly around too much, and it doesn't feel rushed, because what's here is kind of fine. But there's just not enough of it. And in terms of going back to Arkham Knight, if you finished it, this is worth going back for. You just have to know that there really isn't very much of it. It's kind of more about Batgirl and Robin's relationship. There's a lot of subtle hints. I mean, to any fans, you already know what that's all about. It's kind of nice playing as Barbara before she was Oracle. But at the same time, it's kind of a shame that her story is her rescuing. Well, the story is basically Joker and Harley have kidnapped Commissioner Gordon, and you have to go rescue him. And at the very, very start, she said, I think Robin is the one who says, just let's get Batman, and Batgirl tells us, the player, that you can't do that because Joker said if Batman gets involved, I'll kill him straight away. And it's a weird little relationship in that in Arkham Knight. Obviously, there's moments where Commissioner Gordon makes it very clear how important Barbara is to him, and obviously Batgirl and Barbara's dad is Gordon, so she's got that same thing. But it's a bit odd in that it almost at times feels more about Robin than it does about Barbara or Batgirl, because that doesn't make sense because you're playing as Batgirl. The story is Batgirl DLC, but it kind of almost feels more like it's. I mean, I'm sure that people who are watching this have played through Arkham Knight by now, and so spoilers isn't a major thing, but I'm not going to spoil it. I don't know, it just feels a bit weird that it doesn't. I mean, there's just not an awful lot of story here, because it really is just like an hour slice of your Batgirl, go save someone, and that's kind of it. You can go back in afterwards, even when it says 100% in the menu, but you can carry on and just find the collectibles. But the chances are that unless you're an incredibly hardcore fan of Arkham Knight, you won't have 100%ed at Arkham Knight. You won't have got all the Riddler trophies. So the idea that there's more collectibles in this DLC is not. I mean, it's not for me. Harley's appearance is brilliant because she's wearing one of the older costumes, and that looks superb. And obviously Joker's in it, and again superb. You know by now that the voice actors involved are superb. That's just not an issue. I don't know, it's a weird piece of DLC. It's kind of one of these where it's like, if it was on its own and it was like a $5, you'd buy it and you'd think, that's fine, I'd now. Well, mind you, again, it is very short. It's a weird piece of content. It's apparently developed by Warner Brothers Montreal and not Rocksteady, and it's the only one of the DLC that is that. And we know there's more DLC to come. It's one of those that if you're sort of on the fence about the season pass, maybe just hold on to see what the other DLC is going to be. I mean, we know the Batmobile DLC is coming. We know there's more than this. That it just maybe feels like one of those ones where there's no. Again, unless you've 100%ed Arkham Knight, maybe just hold on, see what the future will bring, and yeah, I mean, you can see. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, what you're seeing is just the Batman combat. I mean, it's not even a case of oh, I don't want to put any spoilers in it, because I mean, I suppose. There's a boss fight at the end, and in Arkham Knight I think there are precious few boss fights, and whether you like that or dislike that, I really did enjoy the boss fight. Although it's more just one of those sort of tag battles, but with a little bit more to it, like a few little extra scenes because you do get to fight the Joker, which is kind of cool. Because, but again, because this takes place before Arkham Asylum, you know pretty much where it goes. There's a couple of nods, real fan servicey nods that I really dug. And I can't come away feeling like I didn't have fun, because I really enjoyed it. I just wanted more, and that's kind of the thing I want you to take away from this. It's good, it's fine, but it's small, and you will want more, especially if, like me, you finished Arkham Knight and it did leave you wanting more because you loved it so much. Go to godisageek.com, check out our Arkham Knight review. Check out all the stuff on there. Do hit that subscribe button, that means the world to us. Hit like, leave a comment. In fact, if you've played it and are watching this, I'd love to know what you think. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell us. That's kind of the important thing here. Thanks for watching. I'm at GBSF on Twitter, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye for now.